Hello. Hello. Tó bá ti fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ táwọn yẹn bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ oníkẹ́ loud. Eh? No. Hello. Dẹ́kun. No, ó ní gbàgbọ́ ṣe táǹdù bíbá ẹ̀. Oh, sorry. Hello. Hello. Ẹ bá mi ẹ bá mi increase yìí náà. Hello. Hello. Èmi tẹ̀ ń gbọ́ bet àwọn tó wà ní ìta àwọn tó wà online. Ẹ mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ ṣe ń pè sound yẹn.
Are they speaking to
Ó yẹ
us?
kó máa gbọ́.
Hello? Or somebody else?
Mo ní sound card tó lè ṣe. Ṣé ẹ̀ ní kọ́ọ̀tù náà tẹ̀lé ìlú? Please let me to check. I think there's one problem. Sir. No. Ó yẹ kó ọ máa gbọ́ ìgbà tí wọ́n bí báyìí. No, orin tẹ́ ń pè ní ògbọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ẹ lo máìkì náà bóyá wọ́n máa gbọ́. Ẹ pè.
Hello. 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 I can hear. On peut entendre bien.
By the time the person is trying to talk, mute this one. Like we're joined with another one. So once the person is talking, I'm mute the
Capture. So ilé làwọn wá wò pé.
One of so
Máa ní ìdùn kò ní gbé ìkọ́ni ẹ̀mọ́. Ní capture sound.
another person will join to talk. Okay, no, you mute this one. Okay, kò ní capture sound.
Tí ẹni ẹ̀ bá sí ìgbà wọ́n pẹ́ ní sọ̀rọ̀ ńlá Bọ́líkè.
See this one. You mute this one. Àwọn ẹ̀rọ máa gbọ́ ọgbẹ́ tó yẹn.
Ṣé wọ́n ní ọ̀pẹ̀ sípèsè àkọ́kọ́ tó máa ń jẹ́ ìgbẹ́ pé zoom ẹni ẹ bá sọ̀rọ̀. Tó bá ti jẹ́ pé ní ẹ̀rọ wà nígbà yìí, ìgbà máa wà ní ìtẹ̀lẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin lè máa wà ní chájì. Because come out. Manu Alpha. Báwo ni? Hello? Hello Alpha. Hello bro, báwo ni? Tó ń gbọ́ mi?
Started out the same way, and I looked into your eyes and knew today would be a first for me.
It's just like you. The day I saw you. People say love is wonderful. But you say stop. Don't you always let me feel so.
Sunshine from the first time that it took my heart, I must confess. Deep in your eyes, seem to be at the close. Hello, is it me you're searching for? Don't know if you'll ever come back again. So sorry. You're saying, yeah, I'll never be away from you. So bad. Someone tell me. One thing I keep they say goodbye. So why are you girls taking every time, dancing with your body close to mine? I thought it was a sign. I want you forever. But good intentions now. I've got that feeling. Tonight I'll be against you. I don't know if you'll come out again. You're saying, man, you never went
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much. Please want to encourage our guests to please move forward and to help us occupy seats in front, please. Thank you very much. Let's endeavor to move forward to the third row. Thank you so much. Again, permit me to say good morning to everyone here present, distinguished presidents of the various Grade A customary courts here present. I want to say thank you for being with us. Recognize our guests, especially our invited guests. Once again, I want to thank us especially for gracing this occasion of the African Women's Lawyers Association of Nigeria, that is the Oyo State branch. It's indeed a great privilege to be here today for this occasion. Permit me to also apologize for starting the program a little bit behind schedule. We'll do our best to keep to time moving forward. Thank you so much. And without taking further time, I want to assume we all have our respective program of events with us. So if we do, we'll start with the first item, which is the singing of the national anthem. We'll be taking the national anthem, and to take this, we'll be required to please stand on our feet as we take the national anthem. Thank you very much.
Don't try and time in brotherhood we stand. Beautiful and proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
Thank you so much. Let's have our seats.
Pardon us, ladies and gentlemen. Please, let's rise for the Ola anthem. Please, thank you. I'll just read it. Please be advised. Please rise. Thank you. Orlands, angels, luminaire, people's advocates, dynamic ladies, brilliant, outstanding, accomplished, women of worth, mediator, counselor, advocate, defender of the oppressed. That's who we are. Firm but delicate, explicit yet conservative, toxic yet innocent. Ruling our world, making a change, upholding the law, protecting women and children, uniting families, securing our future, serving our fatherland, attaining lofty heights, poised for parity and dignity. We are all land. Put your hands together. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for my partner for this morning, Mrs. Folajumo Banjo. And I am Olalekan Kolauju. And together we shall be anchoring this program for this event. Thank you so much. We missed a step when we wanted to start the program. We ought to start with a prayer. So maybe I'll just take the prayer for us. Let's join our heads. Almighty God, we thank you for this opportunity. We commit this program into your hands. We ask for wisdom. We ask for your knowledge. Let your presence permeate this environment. Take total control. Thank you, King of Glory. For we pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you so much. So very quickly, I just want to take some recognitions. I would like to recognize our distinguished guests here with us. Let me start by recognizing members of our constituency, which is the presidents of the Rede Customary Courts here with us. We have in no particular order, that is. We have Mrs. S.M. McIntyre, and we want to thank you so very much for honoring us with your presence. We also have Mrs. Olanrewaju here. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you around. I recognize Mrs. Oshini. Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure having you. We recognize Mrs. Aweyemi. Thank you so very much. We have some guests who are here with us also. We have the chairman, National Automobile Television Association. I think the chairman, that is Mr. Folabi Alaba. Thank you so very much. I recognize the presence of the chairman, Rapid Response Team on Gender-Based Violence of the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Inclusion, Pastor Marcus Williams. Thank you so very much for being here with us. I see Mrs. Caroline Baronefe. I'm not sure I pronounced the name properly. Okay, she's represented here. Understand. Okay, I understand, Shibere. I'll do that recognition properly in time. I see Mrs. The past feeder chair here, Mrs. Adigui. I want to thank you so much for being here and everyone here present. So I'll be inviting my partner for this occasion, Mrs. Paula Jumobanjo, to step forward.
Thank you very much, sir, Mr. Roger. So we will recognizing the presence of our able National Secretary, who is representing our President, Mrs. Caroline Ibaronefe. And so, Mrs. Caroline Ibaronefe, the President of Ola Nigeria, is ably represented in today's event by Mrs. Bibian Aloba, and she's virtually present. Thank you very much for being here. We quickly move to the goodwill messages and to open this floor for us. Oh, sorry, before the goodwill messages, let me do the honor to welcome our able coordinator, the Mama Ola of Oyo State branch. Please put your hands together for my own coordinator, Mrs. Alec Kuntukwe, for her welcome speech. Thank you very much.
Good morning, distinguished guests. Permit me to stand on already established protocol. I want to thank the Almighty God, the giver of life and the God of all grace, for life and the privilege to stand before you today. Also, I'd like to say a big thank you to the national officers of Ola Nigeria, starting from the President, Madam Caroline Ibaronefe, to all other officers, especially those who are here to grace this occasion. I thank you for this privilege of championing the cause of Ola Nigeria in Oyo State at this time. It is rare, and I do not take it for granted. To my committed and dedicated executive members who have sacrificed the Lord to champion this cause together with me in the past 365 days, I say a big thank you. Please, let's give them a round of applause. To all Ola Nigeria, Oyo State members, I deeply appreciate your availability and commitment. It is with gladness of heart that I welcome you all to this auspicious gathering. That is Ola Nigeria or week/anniversary. On this day in 2024, the African Women Lawyers Association, Ola Nigeria, was inaugurated in Oyo State by the national officers, which inauguration was engineered by Mrs. Oluwashio Ademola Salami, as she then was, now Honorable Justice Oluwashio Ademola Salami, and Mrs. Oluwashio Olajumobanjo. Let's give them a round of applause. Upon inauguration, Ola Nigeria, Oyo instantly hit the ground running by participating and observing the 16 days of activism in 2024, thereby lending our voice to the cry against sexual and gender-based violence. Over time, advocacy and campaign against SGBV has witnessed several years of activism by different stakeholders, as well as cultural shift, confrontation of laws built on barbarism, and justice in few cases. The upsurge of abuse of women and children in our society therefore calls for a global attention and invariably makes everyone, women, men, and even children, a stakeholder in upholding the rights of women and children who are oftentimes the vulnerable. Since there is a spike in the rate of abuse of women and children, it is therefore not out of place for creation and rise of more civil society organizations and NGOs whose objectives are to combat abuse of women and children and to optimally reduce it until it is utterly eradicated. As the world evolves, SGBV has also crept silently into our evolving world, persisting and adapting, taking new shape as society becomes more digital and interconnected. As awareness is growing, so also the platforms for SGBV. The theme of today's program is Uniting to End Digital Violence Against Women and Children. In achieving this, we have chosen to promote positive masculinity. In other words, we want to encourage men and boys to embrace values and behaviors that respect others, reject violence, and contribute to equality without feeling that their identity or strength is diminished. Positive masculinity is not just a display of men's physique, it is redefining what it means to be a man in ways that are healthy, inclusive, and compassionate. By the grace of God, all of Nigeria, Oyo State branch will not fail to lend our voice to the cry and advocacy against abuse of any kind against women and children. Under our watch, all of Nigeria, Oyo State branch will work towards achieving a safer, inclusive, and equitable future for women and children in our immediate society. Our focus for the next 365 days is to collaborate with other stakeholders to end online violence against all women and children by raising awareness of how such violence happens, promoting digital safety tools, and creating safer and more respectful online spaces. We therefore call on the support of everyone in challenging toxic narratives and ensuring safe and inclusive spaces to end SGBV. Sorry, before I round up, I would like to try and interpret what I just put down here so that everyone will benefit from it. So, Ngota and Sombi, I fẹ́ welcome wa sí program Tawa Shembi by Deni. Kí ni àkórí ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń ṣe níbí lẹ́nu? Àkórí ọ̀rọ̀ náà ni pé ká dẹ́kun àti máa fi ìyà jẹ ìyà tí kò tọ́ jẹ obìnrin àti àwọn ọmọ kékeré ní orí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára. Tá bá sọ pé wọ́n fi ìyà jẹ wọn, kò ṣe pé wọ́n mú ẹgba, wọ́n fi ń nà wọ́n. Ṣùgbọ́n oríṣiríṣi nǹkan tí kò tọ́, tí kò yẹ kí èèyàn máa ṣe fún obìnrin àti ọmọ kékeré. Ọmọ kékeré tí à ń sọ wá jẹ́ obìnrin àti ọkùnrin. Oríṣiríṣi ló ń lọ ní orí ṣẹmọ, wọ́n ní social media, gbogbo ọlọmọ kan tó ń pè ní social media. So nǹkan tá a wá fẹ́ address lè ní pé gbogbo báwọn èèyàn ṣe ń ṣe lórí social media tí ó ń pa àwọn obìnrin àti ọmọ kékeré lára á fi òpin sí. Torí ẹ̀ la ṣe pé jókòó èyí, torí ẹ̀ la ṣe pé gbogbo èèyàn pé ẹ wá bá wa dá sọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí. Pé àwa pé lọ́ọ̀yà nìkan, a pé àwọn èèyàn káàkiri, àwọn medical association náà ń bọ̀, Nigeria Medical Association, àwọn náà ń bọ̀, wọ́n máa join wa láìpẹ́. A pé àwọn bàbá wa náà tó máa bá wa tún ọkọ̀ ṣe. Ṣé mọ̀ pé tí ọkọ̀ ò bá ṣiṣẹ́, kò sí bá ṣe fẹ́ débí lẹ́nu. Ẹlòmíì wa ò tiẹ̀ ní wá ní ara mi ò lè gbé báìkì mi ò lè gbọ́kadà, àní lè dé bíbá. So a pé àwọn náà because bàbá náà jẹ́ fún wa. And ìkan lára ọ̀nà tá a lè gbà láti fi dópin àti máa wu ìwà tí kò tọ́ sí àwọn obìnrin àti ọmọ kékeré lórí social media. Ó ní pé kí àwa tí a jẹ́ ọkùnrin ká bá wa gbé ogun ti ìwà bàjẹ́ yìí. Tẹ́ bá wò round ẹ rí pé wọ́n dà ń pa àwọn ọkùnrin pọ̀ díẹ̀ sí láàrin wa, wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣì ń bọ̀. So a fẹ́ gba ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin ní ìmọ̀ràn. You are all stakeholders. Ṣé mọ̀ wọ́n sọ pé kò kàn mí, kò sẹ́ni bọ̀dì tó lè sọ pé kò kàn òun, gbogbo wa ló kàn. So torí ẹ̀ la ṣe pé gbogbo wa pé ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé ogun ti ìwà tí kò tọ́ yìí. So thank you very much.
A round of applause. Please, thank you very much. While I was making the recognitions earlier, some of our guests walked in. We have Mrs. O.S. Yusuf of the Grade A Customary Court. Thank you so much for being here with us. We also have Mrs. Olani. She's here with us too. I saw her some moments back. Thank you so very much. I recognize the presence of, I beg your pardon, the presence of All Right, Mrs. Vivian All Right, Mrs. Vivian All Right of All Right Passion. Thank you so much for being here with us. I recognize the presence of the Secretary of the YLF, that is Timisola Adebisi. Thank you for being here with us. And I also recognize Mr. Abayomi, right? Olusegun Abayomi. Not many men are here. Every man here, you are all recognized. Thank you so much for gracing this occasion. I also recognize myself as being part of the men here. Thanks for the honor, privilege. Yeah, very quickly, we're going to move to the next item on our program, which is goodwill messages. And to take us through that session again, I'll be inviting my partner here, Mrs. Polajun Obanjo, to take us through that session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Before I move into the goodwill message, I would like to recognize the presence of the NBA Women Forum Oyo State, the state lead, in person of Mrs. Mahmudat Yusuf. Thank you very much for coming, ma'am. And as we proceed, we will recognize the attendance of more dignitaries in our midst. Thank you. So quickly, let's move into the goodwill messages. I have the honor of inviting the state lead of Oyo State, the Nigerian Bar Association Women Forum, Mrs. Mahmudat Yusuf, for her goodwill message. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for her. The more the clap, the faster she comes. Thank you.
Your Worship, President of the Grade A Customary Court of Appeal, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, and our male champions. Good morning, everybody. Yes, I would first want to appreciate the OLA team, African Women Lawyers Association, for extending their invite to us at the NBA Women's Forum. And I believe that we are all stakeholders in this issue of gender violence. And as a sister organization, I want to commend their efforts for what they've put together. And I pray that this will be the beginning of greater things to come and more awareness and more sensitization on this issue. I believe that this theme is apt, which is uniting to end digital violence against women and children. We are in a digital era where we have cyberbullying, cyber stalking, and all sorts of things that go on the social media in the digital space. So how do we address those issues? I believe this gathering today will be addressing these issues. And I hope that we all have a productive session today. And to us women too, I believe also that we are also partakers in all of these things. We need to be mindful on how we support ourselves as women and how to ensure that women are actually supporting women. Because we always have a situation where they use us against ourselves. So how do we ensure that we also are not perpetrators of cyberbullying, digital violence in the digital space? So I hope this conversation will be that deep, such that we'll take home something very meaningful and something where we also take a change if there's a need for it. And I hope that our society will be a better place for all of us. Thank you very much.
Next, I'll be calling on Tayo for her goodwill message to all. Please put your hands together and show your excitement as she comes. The louder your applause, the faster she comes. Thank you very much, Ma.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. May I recognize the existing protocol? It gives me great honor to be here, and my learned brothers being invited to this August program in November. Actually, I just got to know about AWA about 4 months ago, wherein the chairperson, Mrs. Alex Indukwe, about the pronunciation. Actually, she came for a and she has the habit of staying over after our cases. And when it got to the turn of a divorce matter, there was this particular woman who happened to be the respondent. She was not represented legally. Instantly, she took it upon herself to appear for the respondent who another criminal matter came up that involved a tender age girl and the complaint against her was stealing. She interfered. We reached a settlement where there was relief, nothing was paid, and the so-called complainant asked, this girl in the unity unjustly. So that's how I got to know about AWA. I really commend Mrs. Alex Indukwe and Ajia Bushrat. Yes, I noticed the activity of the two because all I know is Hilda. So they explained to me what AWA is all about. To the members of AWA, you have a lot of work to do in this society. Women, and especially the girl child, are being treated unjustly in the society. It is highly unfortunate. The society in which we are is a men's society, quote and unquote. There is a lot of work for you to do. It's not only speaking English. So, go to the remote parts of the city. You will see what is being done to women and the girl child. I could say that in this society, the men are lucky. The female gender, that is not the case. We have genital mutilation, which is still going on, whether we accept it or not. stop it as a cultural thing that has to continue from one generation to another. Another issue is violence within matrimony. It is getting out of hand. Will there be a week you will hear a woman died in marriage? There's the need for us to get up and do something about that. And lastly, the girl gender. Assaults are being perpetrated. They are sexually assaulted. It is that those people that does it are known to these children. They are gossiping and they keep quiet. The psychological trauma in which they are going through is really out of hand. Anyway, it's a goodwill message, so don't let me prolong it. So I want to say congratulations to our keep on flying. I wish you all the best. Good morning.
We are grateful for that insight by Your Honor, and it is a matter of urgency that every agency, institutions, organizations working in the space of development, it's a matter of urgency that we all rise to the occasion of the task we are called to do. And particularly, the 16 days of activism started yesterday. 16 days of activism is a period earmarked by the United Nations to protect or to engage in activism against activism on violence against women and girls. And this year's particular thing is interesting. Speaking about digital violence, so we know very well that there are violences, a lot, different kinds. But now, few people are paying their attention to the area of digital violence. And that's why today we are coming together and saying that we are uniting to end digital violence against all women and children. It will interest you to know that in Oyo State, statistics that girl child, we have a high number of the girl child in the school, more than the boy child. A lot of girl children in the school. And this is because our advocacy has been going on. It's on, everybody's hearing about it. We still have more work to do, and that's what Your Honor just told us. Because we still have issues of violence, sexual violence, and the likes, troubling our girl children. And I believe that with this session today, you and I are going to tighten our belts to do even more. Thank you very much, Your Honor, again. Please put your hands together for her. Thank you so much. The passion is unmistakably present. Now I'll welcome our past FIDA chairperson, the Oyo State, the past State FIDA chairperson, in person of Mrs. Yetunde Adegboye, to give her goodwill message. Please, a round of applause for her. She makes her way forward, following our call this morning.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I recognize and I need to stand on the existing protocol, but not without still honoring the Honorable President of the Customary Court of Oyo State. You are welcome, Your Honors. And all the other people that are here, I'm very happy to be here, and I congratulate members both executive and the members, ESCO members, and the members of OLA for the past 1 year. It is not easy, just like I've told one or two of you, to pioneer anything. They are the pioneers, the president and members are the pioneers of OLA in Oyo State. OLA has been in existence. I'm aware of OLA and our friends in Lagos, they are members of OLA, and they are doing well. And I'm happy that my people in Oyo State too have taken, the courage to start OLA here. I say congratulations to the members and we have a lot to do in society. Even with a number of our associations trying to tackle and protect the rights of women and children, we still see a lot going on. So there is no end. We encourage you people, and I plead and I pray for success for OLA, for your state branch, that you people are going to be established, you are going to grow bigger, you are going to, be big and effective and be impactful. And one thing that actually from the fact that other associations that we are not for the protection, we are majorly for the protection of women and children. But she mentioned another very important aspect. She mentioned positive masculinity. She's saying OLA is interested in the welfare of the male, not only the girl and the women. Men are going through a lot too. And it will be good to have a voice or where they can go to for protection too. So I am especially happy about that aspect. In the last few days, if we have seen on the internet, the number of fatality that happened to men, wives killing their husband. I read one yesterday. Just after 3 days of wedding, it has not been a wife killed the husband. And so many like that. So many boys, children, minors, male children are going through, and so many partners, male, are going through a lot too. But they don't have the courage to come out, nobody to come and say they are going through violence. So when we are trying to protect the vulnerable of the society, it is good for us to girl child and the women. Because by the time we train the girl child, we pay attention to the girl children, give out the opportunities, and we neglect the male boy. And the male will be the ones to marry those boys we did not pay attention. They are going to end up being the husband of these other girls that we have nurtured and protected. And then why are we saying that marriages don't work? There are so many. Ask us, we are lawyers. You will be amazed at the number of divorce matters that we handle. Come to our court and see the number of divorce cases going on. If we pay 100% attention on the girl child and the women, and we neglect the male, it definitely must backfire. That OLA is interested in positive masculinity. And you can do it in a lot of ways. You encourage them, advocacy, lectures, awareness, that for every human being, you need to have a positive attitude to life generally. If the male typist feels loved, there is likelihood that they will show more compassion to the women and the female in their lives. I congratulate you once again, members of all of your state. I'd like to thank the team of this year, uniting to end digital violence against women. Do you know that there is a lot of violence going on? And in a lot of places, even the women and children are enabled. Why will a still young girl send nude pictures to a male partner? And then the male partner, when there is one problem or the other, ends up posting the nude picture of a female on the internet. Some threatening them, blackmail them with it. I've had to see on special case. A lady came to report, she took pictures, new pictures, and gave to her boyfriend. The boyfriend was now threatening to post or she bring a certain amount of money. But I had to get into it. I threatened the guy too. He was able to delete it. But first of all, while we are united in ending the digital violence, can we look at the symptom, the cause of that digital violence? If a female does not snap a private part, private is supposed to be private. It's not something supposed to share for anybody. I keep wondering, I sit down and I wonder, how will a female carry camera and snap sensitive places that God we have described as private? And then not only snap and keep it, they send to another person. Why will you keep such in your phone or your phone? We had an occasion last year of a crisis of a married woman in the eastern part of the country that was in a relationship, illicit relationship with another man, recorded their sexual activity and kept it. And the daughter, our own grown-up daughter, showed the father the video, and the video was all over the. So who are we fighting? Who are we to protect? Is it a grandmother that is committing adultery and recording the sexual activity with another man and kept it until her daughter, who felt appalled and irritated by it, showed it to her father, and the thing find expression on the internet? How do we play? So while we are fighting and trying to end digital violence, please let us look the cause who create digital violence, who enabled it, the female or whoever gives another person the opportunity to hold a threat upon their head or to blackmail them with what's not supposed to be shared. So once again, I say thank you to members of Ola. I wish you people success. Yeah.
Thank you so very much, Ma. That was very insightful. So we are going to keep talking because we also have our friends from the National Association of Technical Association. Yes. And it is intentional that we invited them. This is because we are dealing with a topic that is sensitive, relatable, and currently is not strange to everyone. And our intention as Ola Nigeria State Branch is to ensure that the theme of these year's 16 days of activism is driven down. Everybody has Android phones, and everybody has access to the internet. And so we want to make sure that the population that will be here, the high, and become champions for this cause. That just while the goodwill message of our dear auntie was going on, some dignity, the president of the National Medical Association chairman, in person of Dr. Happy Adedayo. Thank you very much, sir, for honoring us with your presence. Also in our midst is the president of His Worship, OA Akonde Mrs. Thank you very much, ma, for coming. We are truly grateful. And also there is an association that also joined us, who do the recognition and the proceed, but permit me to recognize the presence of the NATAL is the National Agency Against Child Trafficking. The state coordinator is in our midst. I happen to be the deputy state coordinator of NATAL. So please do me the honor to put your hands together to celebrate the coordinator in person of Mr. Bola Omotosho. We call him Papa. Thank you very much for coming, sir. Now I'll be welcoming the representative of the Nigerian Bar Association YLF in person of the Secretary of this association, Miss Timisola. What's that name again? AJBC, yes, thank you. Thank you, Miss Timisola, for her good message, goodwill message. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. All protocols are duly observed. On behalf of the leadership of the Nigerian Bar Association, YLF, I bring you a warm regards and best wishes for a successful Bola event. We are honored to support this gathering of brilliant minds and change makers. May this event inspire and empower you to drive positive change in our communities. Let's keep pushing boundaries and shaping a brighter future for Africa. Thank you.
That was a very last one. Please help me to celebrate Ms. Timisola. Thank you very much. Thank you. Journalist NEJ, the FRCM branch in person of Mrs. Oluwakayode Banjo. Mr. Oluwakayode Banjo, thank you very much for gracing us with your presence. And shortly, I'll be calling you for your goodwill message. And right now, please, I want to welcome Mr. Just before I mention his name, he's the chairman of the NATA Ibadan South Station. Thank you. So please welcome with me, Mr. Aromire, you as he take his goodwill message. Please step forward, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, all. Yeah, it's a great privilege. See, we've come here to unite on how to end the violence. Where does the violence start? The violence started from our house, our various houses, through we the parents. We've done some issues that need to be attended to. By saying, openly, bá ṣe wọ̀n ní kó ṣe ṣe ra ẹ̀. Wọ́n wá ní ká àwọn pọ̀ láti dojúkọ ìpèníjà. Lára àwọn ìpèníjà yìí, ó ṣe pàtàkì púpọ̀ láàárín àwọn ọmọbìnrin wa àti pàápàá àwọn ọmọbìnrin wa kéékèèké. Ṣùgbọ́n ọmọkùnrin máa ń jà fìkàfìkà díẹ̀ láti gbára ẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Ó níbi tí agbára obìnrin dé nínú ilé wa. Àwọn òbí tí ń gbé fóònù lọ́mọdọ́mọ láti gbé ọmọ ọdún kan, ọmọ ọdún méjì. Ibi tálébù ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyí o. A máa fojú fò ṣe bó fi ń ṣeré ni. Láti ibẹ̀, ẹ rí i pé ètò dígítà lórí fóònù ìsìn fi ń peléke sí. Àwọn àwòrán tí ò ṣe é wò fún àgbà, ọmọ kékeré ti ń wò láyé àtijọ́. Tóbi bá kàn ọmọ lọ́wọ́ ló dá. Bọ̀ ní ìsìn máa mójú kúrò. Wọ́n á lọ ṣeré ni. Tí ó yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Èyí ló fà á tí tọkọtaya ò kí ń tẹ́ mọ̀. Ọmọbìnrin mìíràn wọ́n á mú lọ sí ibòmíì láti fi jẹ́ àti gba ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀ lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀. Ọ̀nà wo la fẹ́ gbà ṣe lè nípa mímójútó láti inú ilé wa. Ó ṣe pàtàkì. Mo dúpẹ́ pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọ̀là wọ́n pe àpéjọpọ̀ yìí láti tọ́ra wa sọ́nà, láti lọ́ra wa lọ́yẹ̀ lórí ti mójútó àwọn ọmọbìnrin wa àwọn kékeré. Mo fi àsìkò yìí rọ̀ gbogbo wa wípé àwọn àgbà sọ wípé pé àti ń pèsè kó tó di pé láyé àtijọ́ kò bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ń gbó kí àgbẹ̀ tọkọ tó fẹ́ fún ẹ wà ní gbogbo ọ̀nà o ò ní gbàbẹ̀ kọjá o ó bá tó ra yín tẹ̀lé ra yín wọ́n bá rìn ládùúgbò yẹn o ò ní gbàbẹ̀ wà pé ìfà láti rìn lálẹ́ kó má fojú kàn ṣùgbọ́n ní ìsìn kan o ẹni tí ò ti fojú kàn tó ti fi àwòrán ara rẹ ránṣẹ́ sí débi ibi kọ̀kọ̀ Ọlọ́run fi pamọ́ fún ẹ ṣé torí pé kó lè nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ ni àbí kó lè gbà tì àbí torí owó èwo ni ká sọ níbẹ̀ eléyìí kò tó rárá nípa báyìí a ní láti yọ mójútó àwa tá a jẹ́ òbí èyí ṣe pàtàkì o nítorí látàrí irú eléyìí ẹ̀rẹ̀ ọmọ mìíràn òbí àgbéjáde lórí ó máa kiri lọ wọn á fowó tó jẹ nígbà tó bàtẹ mójútó lólé bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ̀ látijọ́ kẹ̀ tó jáde nílé yín òbí rẹ̀ á mú pé òyò á máa fọ́ nínú ọgbà yẹn pé olókùn nígbà tó bá níbi tó máa jẹun sí mọ́ tí ó lè ṣọ̀kan níta ni ṣùgbọ́n ibi ọkọ̀ nínú rẹ̀ jáde ọkọ̀ tọ̀ hàn wọ́n á fi tí ó tó kàn wọ́n á fi gba òkú ọlá lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ ilé ìṣe kókó ṣe kúrò nípa báyìí mo rọ àwa òbí ká mójútó ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó di tun tí ó fẹ́ fún wa lọ́wọ́ rà nígbà.
Thank you so very much, sir. I understand a lot has been said about how we can unite to end digital violence. It's a call to everyone to stand together as one. Thank you so very much once again, sir. I want to quickly recognize the presence of the Vice Chairman, Nigerian Bar Association Ibadan branch, Mr. Oke Oyewale. He'll be stepping out very soon, so I'll just invite him to just say a word or two in support of this cause. Mr. Oke Oyewale, please. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I want to humbly stand on the already established protocol. Well, on behalf of the chairman of the branch and the entire executive committee members, I want to congratulate the members of African Women's Lawyers Association, Paola, am I right? For their day or for their week being celebrated today. Well, as a man, I believe the place and the role of women in the society, we are not exhausting it as it ought to be. But having an association like this it re-emphasizes the need for us to give more roles to women to perform. I wish you all the best in the assignment as you move on. When you have an association like this, it is not established to compete with any other association, but rather it is established to champion the cause of earlier established associations. It is a complementary association, and I can only admonish that should be the idea. Once again, on behalf of the chairman of the Nigeria Bar Association Ibadan branch and the entire executive committee members, I congratulate Aola on the success of this program. Thank you.
This another round of applause for the vice chairman of the branch. Next, I'll be inviting Dr. Happy Adidai, chairman NME by the branch. Your good message, sir. Thank you.
The representative of the Nigerian Bar Association, the state coordinator, Association of Women Lawyers, because let me first of all, Dayo, because you know, since he mentioned it again, I felt what I'm going to name ceremony for Dayo. As if you are organizing another, you know, want to recruiting me here. Well, it's a great privilege to be here. When the state coordinator, Mrs. Adepipe Alexander, put the call across to me, my initial, because right now I'm going to be at a program, the Society of Geologists of Nigeria. They're having their own conference in Ibadan. Ibadan is hosting the O&G people. That's the oil and gas. We call them oil and gas in medical practice. The O&G people. They are having a conference in Ibadan right now. And at the same time, there is this medical outreach at Okupa Market. You know, we've been there. And I've already directed one of my deputies, one of my vice chairmen, to represent my representative, I mean, the representative of the enemy gets there. Definitely will step out again to go about the business of the day. Well, on behalf of the Nigerian Medical Association, I want to congratulate and felicitate with Ola for the 1 year anniversary, I believe. And you know, when you lead an association, you know what it takes. And for you to be able to, you know, own step up with a teaching association, because in Oyo State, I believe, you know, the association is just evolving. I must commend and congratulate you for this 1 year anniversary. And then looking at the choice of the theme now, uniting against digital violence when it comes to women and children. See, one of the cardinal objectives, intent objective of the association of NME now has to do with, you know, collaborating with sweetheart union or association when it comes to health matters. And I can assure you, NME will always be available whenever you call on us. If there's any way you feel we can participate, we will definitely be there now. Again, you know, okay, let me say our primary aim is actually the welfare of doctors in Nigeria, medical and dental. But another objective is actually, you know, working with state governments to, you know, provide efficient and effective healthcare delivery system. And of course, the association is open, you know, to collaborations and partnerships. I want to commend you once again. I congratulate you. On behalf of, you know, the body of doctors in Oyo State, congratulations. Thank you.
A round of applause for Dr. Happy Adedapo. I want to tell you that we are very happy to have you here. Thank you so much. I'll be inviting very quickly the chairman, NUJFRC chapter, the president of Mr. Luka. The good message says. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to be in your midst this afternoon for a program like this. It's a very good program which we cannot just continue to talk about. The theme for this program, uniting to end digital violence against all women and children. Let me first state that my name is Oluwa Kayode, because I'm always very particular about that Oluwa. So when you call me Olu Kayode, I don't answer. So I prefer Oluwa Kayode Banjo in full. Yes, I'm from an industry that is very, very, very critical when it comes to anything and everything, which is the media. You know, when you are having programs like this and you don't have the media to project what you are doing, you might not be able to reach your desired goal or achieve your desired goal. So it's very good that you have a very cordial relationship with the media, so that when you are having programs like this, you know, we can help you project them and reach as many people as possible, so that the main aim of all these programs, seminars, and workshops will be achieved 100%. And I'm talking about violence against women and children. It's a topic that even before many of us came to this world, it has been discussed, deliberated upon, solutions here and there on how to end this menace or this crime, because it is a crime as far as we are concerned in this part of the world. And abuse, there are some aspects of abuse that we may not actually focus much on. As parents, when your children are growing up, we have some parents who, when they have a male child, they have a female child, they always let the male child feel that he is superior to the female child at a very tender age. It is at that tender age that you are already planting what should not be in the mind of that child, that male child. And as that child continues to grow, it nurtures what you have planted in him. By the time he grows to become a man, it continues to exhibit what you as a parent have planted in him. Even as parents, as a couple, when you're having children, your first child is a female, the second child is a female, the third child is a female. You will see that most men are always adamant they always want to have a male child. And by the time the wife is not giving birth to a male child, that they begin to see that woman as something else, and the home front would be in disarray. So we should know that whether male or female, both gender are equal. There should not be any disparity. By the time we start planting that in the minds of our children at a very young age, because they will still be the one that will grow up. By the time some of our daddies here, some of our mommies here, by the time they've grown up, they've done their part, they've left, we also will grow up. This younger generation will still grow up. So it is what we plant in them that they will grow up to exhibit by the time they become men and women like us. So it's something that we have to collaborate together and fight to the end. And digital violence, as good as this digital age is, there are so many positive explorations that we can derive from the digital age that we are in. It is quite unfortunate that there are so many demerits as well for this digitization or digital age that we are in. And I know many speakers have also mentioned it, how women and children are abused on the internet. So my advice is, when we come together like this to make policy statements, to give recommendations on how to end issues like this, it should not just be gathering to say these things. Implementation is very key, because this is one of the problems we have in this part of the country. We come out, even governments, non-governmental organizations, we come out to say things that are fantastic. But when it comes to implementing these things, we see that failure to be found. So we need, if there's going to be a communique or a recommendation at the end of this program or seminar, how do we implement to ensure that what we have agreed upon here is actually effective? Because we will just continue to have seminars upon seminars, and repeating the same thing over and over again. without having much impact on the society. So we have to take very good cognizance and consideration of implementing whatever communique or recommendation we arrive at the end of this seminar. So on behalf of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, FRCN is Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, for inviting me to this program, and I'm looking forward to having a more robust relationship with the African Women Lawyers Association of Nigeria, the NMA, the Nigerian Medical Association, the MBA, Nigeria Bar Association, and all other association organizations that are here. You all need me. Program.
A round of applause for Mr. Oluwakayode Banjo, the AUD FRCN chapter president. Now, a lot has been said concerning ending digital violence. We should be up by now. I want to believe a series of questions should be agitating in our minds. A lot of people may be thinking, well, I'm not violent, but there's a thing that I observe that we do most times. Many of us have videos on our phones. Don't you think we aid when we spread and we share this incident? I remember the Ibom Air incident. A lot of people were very, very quick to share. Also aiding the spread and the continuity of this incident. I think we should start asking ourselves, how can we stop it? How can we stop it? A lot of people are very anxious to be the first to share and so on and so forth. Let's look in that direction also. Thank you. That's just my little take. I want to recognize this is Suleiman, Shola Suleiman, the pastor with us. Thank you very much for being here with us. Now, we cannot proceed with this program without taking the keynote speech. That's it. From the secretary, we're to take the keynote speech from the National Secretary of OLA, and she's represented here by Mrs. Vivian Aloba, right? Mrs. Vivian Aloba, please indicate. Okay, it's going to be an online thing. Okay, thank you very much. Please let's just take time to listen and pay attention as we take that. Thank you.
Good morning. May Lord is here present, His worship, senior colleagues, junior colleagues, Leonard Field, participants and sister organizations here present. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you clearly.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank the people that came out to give goodwill messages. Thank you very much for supporting OLA Nigeria, Oyo State chapter. I'm Bibian Aloba. I'm not the General Secretary of the association. I am the immediate past General Secretary of OLA Nigeria. And so I am an S official. The president is unavoidably absent. Hence, she has asked me to give this keynote address. I was in Oyo State with her last year when we did this inauguration of this state chapter. And I must confess that through the leadership of Mrs. Adebimpe Alesundupe and her team, you've done very, very, very well. And I can tell you we are proud of you. Would have loved to be with you physically, but we are with you as always. So the keynote speech from our dear President, Mrs. Caroline Iwarinefe, I'll read it now. It is with great joy and pride that I extend my warmest congratulations to Ola Nigeria, Oyo State branch. As you celebrate your 1-year anniversary and officially flag off of the 2025 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, teamed United to End Digital Violence Against Women and Children. Your enthusiasm, commitment, and resilience in advancing the rights and welfare of women and children, especially in combating digital violence, are highly commendable. In just 1 year, you have demonstrated passion, structure, and a clear sense of direction. I am confident that the Oyo State branch will continue to soar. As you move forward, I encourage you to strengthen the visibility and impact of your programs. Kindly ensure robust publicity of your activities. Create and maintain active social media platforms, and also tag the national body to enhance unity, collaboration, and nationwide reach. And if I may add, global reach. You know, the world is a global village now because of the internet space. I also urge you to establish and sustain a functional legal clinic for indigent women and children, backed with sound pro bono services, a proper reporting system, and effective documentation processes. These structures will ensure accountability, continuity, and measurable impact. I would like to also commend the coordinator and her team for what they are doing in Oyo State. I think the president of the customary court made mention of how you took up pro bono cases that you were not even reach out to, but you saw it and you took it up. Those are the things we are talking about, and that is part of the objective of Ola Nigeria. And such cases should be reported to national for proper documentation as well. So furthermore, please prioritize collaboration and partnerships with relevant government agencies, sister NGOs, community leaders, and other stakeholders, which objectives align with ours. Working together, we expand our influence, strengthen our interventions, and ensure that no woman or child is left unheard or unprotected. Ola Nigeria is proud of your achievements, and we stand firmly with you as you mark this milestone and champion the 16 days of activism. Together, we will continue to defend rights, restore dignity, and amplify the voices of women and children across Nigeria. Congratulations once again, and may your efforts continue to yield lasting impact. Together, we are stronger. Together, we can. From Mrs. Caroline Iwerinefe, President, Ola Nigeria. Thank you very much for this opportunity. And I say, well done and congratulations on your state chapter.
The chairman of the branch, Ibrahim Lawal. Thank you very much for being here with us. Thank you so much. I also want to recognize the secretary of the branch, Mr. Ibrahim Karimuju. Thank you for being here with us. Before we move to the next item, which is the paper one, the paper presentation from the guest speaker is going to be an online affair. I'd like to just maybe invite the chairman of the branch to also say something. It's important he has to say something. The chairman, please.
The invited guests, the executives of Aula, and your honor that are present, I say good afternoon. I want to first congratulate Aula for this occasion. This will be their first anniversary, and I want to congratulate them for making it happen in Ibadan here. I also want to congratulate all of us for being part of history. On the part of Ibadan Bar, we welcome initiatives like this that will further bring to fore the issue of women and children. Advocacy for women and children can never be overemphasized in this society that we find ourselves. A lot of women are not empowered. A lot of women are relegated, are subjugated based on cultural practices and other economic indices. And that is why it is important that associations, organizations that will bring to fore those issues confronted by women, they are associations that should be encouraged, to prosper. So on the side of Ibadan Bar, we continue to offer assistance to Aula in being able to achieve their set aims and objectives. And we will do so within the limit of the resources, material, and every other thing available to us. They can at any time count on the bar for assistance towards ensuring that their goals are achieved. In order not to waste much of our time, I want to once again congratulate Aula for this feat and also congratulate all of us for being part of history. Thank you very much.
A round of applause again for the chairman, the Joint Bar Association Ibadan branch, Mr. Ibrahim Lawal. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be going into the paper presentations. We're going to be looking at how we can unite to end digital violence against all women and children. We're looking at what is digital violence, the effects. There's always going to be a victim. And how can a victim of digital violence, how can people recover? Again, I'll like to talk about the Ibome incident. We should be concerned, how is she recovering? How is she recovering? There are lots of victims here and there. How do people recover? What can people do to be able to bounce back? There was a time, the incident of Tiwa Savage. How did she bounce back? How do people regain their strength again? These are several questions to be looked into in the course of the presentation. As I also mentioned earlier, this presentation is going to be rendered online. So we're going to be inviting Mrs. Wuraola Ayodele. She'll be presenting the first paper. I want to believe the technical team is ready for that. Mrs. Wuraola Ayodele, please. Thank you.
Before our guests, of our profile, Mrs. And she likes to be known as Miss. Miss Wuraola Ayodele is a lawyer, a women's rights activist, and peace ambassador. She has been at the forefront of women's rights advocacy, gender-based violence, litigation, research, and Centering Women, Peace and Security Programming for the last 10 years. She is the founder and executive director of Women's Safe House Sustenance Initiative, a vibrant non-profit in Nigeria, where she runs a women's shelter, a legal clinic, policy advocacy programs, a 24-hour helpline, research activities, and provides other psychosocial services to women and girls experiencing violence across Nigeria. She is also the executive director of Bold Women Rwanda and equally works on women-focused research at University of Ireland, the Coalition for NGOs in the Republic of Ireland. In recognition of her outstanding work around women's rights, Wura Oluwa is a Mandela Washington Fellow, a U.S. Government Fellowship, a Margaret Echo Feminist Fellow, a Fellow of Cherry Blair Foundation Program for Women and Fellow of Roger K. Smith Fellowship, Irish Government Fellowship. She holds 2 master's degrees in Gender and African Studies and Gender and Women's Studies from the University of Lagos and University College Cork Island. Her current PhD research is on technology-facilitated violence against women. She is a peace ambassador in Nigeria and continues to challenge structural and systemic oppression against women, fearlessly opposing all forms of abuse and human rights violations against women through an intersectional lens, ensuring inclusion and respect for diversity in her commitment to using her bold voice to create social change. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mrs. Wura Oluwa Ayodele. I should take the privilege.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm clear enough and you can hear me. Okay, so thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Permit me to stand on existing protocol. I want to especially thank Aola Oyo for inviting me, and also congratulate us all, because I'm a part of Aola Oyo, for this 1-year anniversary. Without wasting much of our time, I'm going to go into the topic of today, the theme of today, which is uniting to end digital violence against women and children. I will start by posing this question, of course, which we do not have to answer. What is digital violence? I'm sure many of us are familiar with cyberbullying, cyber stalking, and so we might be tempted to think that digital violence only happens to people who are online. If you do not have a social media account, you might be tempted to think that digital violence might not affect you. However, during this short presentation, the next few minutes, I will try to enlighten us a bit around what digital violence is and how women and children can be specifically targeted, to cause harm to them. Now, digital violence can happen both online and offline. So it means that you don't necessarily have to be on social media alone for you to experience digital violence. And I must quickly state this because I see a lot of our wonderful supporters, our men in the room. It happens to men too. However, this conversation which I am going to, or this topic which I'm going to talk on today, is how it affects women specifically in a way that men might not necessarily be affected. I'm going to paint the landscape of what digital violence looks like. And I'm going to be realistic. I'm not going to say any theories which are not relatable. I'm also going to give some examples from my work, examples of cases that we have handled to let you know what this looks like. The first thing I want us to know is that digital violence in this way is gendered. meaning that women, young women, older women, but most especially young women and children are victims of this in a different way, like I said, from other people, the way other people experience digital violence. How does it happen? Let me talk about online first, how this happens online. Of course, we know about cyber stalking, but I'm going to throw in something else describing digital surveillance. How can cyber stalking happen? It can happen on social media. We have mentioned a lot of examples from our goodwill messages earlier. This can happen in a way where people are online, checking you online, seeing when you are, to know where you are in terms of your location, sending messages online. You might find out that you just come on social media, maybe you open up your Facebook or your Instagram. Somebody has sent over 200 messages within the last 1 hour. Or the person is saying, oh, you were not online. I saw that you were online 5 minutes ago. I sent you a message. Why did you not respond to me? This is what cyber stalking looks like. It could also be that the person might, who can be the perpetrator now, the person who is harmful, can even go back to pictures and videos that you have posted a long time ago and go and begin to comment on those pictures and videos. I have seen situations where pictures and videos that were posted about 10 years ago, a perpetrator went back, started to write comments under those videos and pictures, write comments like, Ashawo, see, she's not even beautiful. She's a useless person, useless woman, putting those comments on pictures and videos from the past. Another one can definitely be using location trackers. And what are location trackers? They are small devices that can be used to understand or know where a person is at each point in time. There are many apps that can be used to know a person's location. And those apps, you don't even really need to be in contact with that person. Once you are able to connect that app to that person's phone, you will be able to find that person. Another thing that is, I will mention around this, of course, is the fact that some of these apps look harmless, but they are very harmful. Many of us have the Find Your Phone apps on our phones. Some of us don't even know that they exist. I remember some years ago, I was at a mall. I was at a mall in the US and I lost my phone. I dropped my phone like just on the place there. And when I got back home, I just noticed, oh, I couldn't find my phone anymore. And I was so worried. I was thinking, did I drop it on the way? I was really confused. And someone told me, you can use your Google Find Your Phone. Just go on another device and use Google Find Your Phone to locate where your phone actually is. And that was how I found my phone. I didn't even know at the time that the normal Google I had on my phone had something enabled for me to be able to find my phone. That was some years ago. Today, technology has advanced. It has advanced so much that there are even so many more apps you can use to find your phone. Now, if there's an app that can help you find your phone, it is so easy for a perpetrator, a harmful person, to also be able to use that to track your location as you go around. That is another way of cyber stalking, or should I call it digital surveillance. Another one I would talk about is people who monitor calls and text messages. And this can even happen. You may think it may happen only from your enemies. No, it can also happen from people that know you and are very familiar with you, who know when you wake up, who kind of know your routine. They know the kind of things that you do. So they know when to call. They know when to send messages. They know when you log in. Sometimes even on WhatsApp, you can see on WhatsApp, you see last known or last seen online. That is usually a very clear indication of when you were online. And it's so easy for someone to know when you were online in that way. Just moving away from that social media part to offline, because you might think you are not on social media. So how does this affect me? It can affect you a lot. Even if you don't have the phones, the one we call tunnels of the phones, those very small touchlight ones, you might have those phones, and then someone is calling constantly. Maybe you just wake up in the morning, you see 300 missed calls from someone. And then you wonder, why is this person calling me? That is what digital violence looks like, even offline, even for people who are not online. And that's what digital stalking, or should I call it cyber stalking, can look like. Sending multiple text messages so many times that you're not able to receive any other call, you're not able to receive any other text messages. It could also be that maybe you are online, but you don't have access to a phone, you only have access to emails. Sending multiple emails to someone is also an act of digital violence. I'll touch on a little some other things which some of our speakers have mentioned before. And one of that is non-consensual image sharing photographs of people, of women, or even of children without consent. Many times we are walking on the streets, we are talking to people, children, we see them, we take their pictures, and next thing, it is up online without consent. And maybe we may think, oh, the child doesn't mind. How do we know that putting that picture of that child online is not going to pose a risk to that child? I must say that the same thing also happens even for women. I know many times we think of it must be a sexual image that maybe this will bring stigma for the woman. I agree. That happens a lot. But even sharing pictures that do not look harmful online without the person's consent is also known as digital violence and can pose risk, a serious risk, to the person whose images are being shared. Now, of course, there's the threat of sharing intimate pictures online. It's also part of this of what we're talking about. There's something called revenge pornography. And many intimate partners use this form of this thing as a form of revenge against maybe ladies who do not agree to a romantic relationship with them. They can take their photographs, they can intimate photographs that they had before, they can post it online. But not to scare us, let me take it a step further. There is something called deep fake pornography, wherein artificial intelligence, popularly known as AI, is used to create these photographs and also can be shared online, still without the consent of the person whose face is on those photographs. Means that you may never have shared any of those photographs with anybody, but your face can be lifted, the face can be lifted from another picture that is online and placed on a nude picture. And AI can generate that nude picture, and that picture can be shared online. In the course of my work, I have seen quite a number of girls, and when I say girls, I mean these are teenage girls between the ages of maybe 14 and even the ones in their early 20s up to about 25, mostly in Nigeria. And I would say most recently, a lot of them from Oyo State, who always cry out to say, somebody has shared a picture with me. I didn't send any picture to anyone, but someone has shared a photograph with me, and the picture looks exactly like me, and it's a nude picture. And the person is asking for money. Otherwise, they are going to post this picture online, or they are going to share this picture on social media. They're going to tag me, or they will send it to my parents. This is happening even when you don't share any photograph at all, when you don't share any pictures, nude pictures at all. And there are situations whereby people have shared nude pictures, but they didn't share it with anybody. They saved it either on their phones, they saved it on cloud, many of us are probably familiar with Google Cloud, where we go and save our photographs, we save some things that we want to keep for safekeeping. May I announce to us that saving things on Google Cloud is not entirely safe. It is very easy for someone to hack into your Google Cloud account and be able to access those pictures and use them either to threaten or, of course, share them online. Another one, because of our time, I'm going to touch on is online harassment and hate speech. You might see people say, if you continue this thing that you are doing online, if you continue this work, sometimes the work is not even online. It might be a woman vying for a political position, or it may not even be political. It might even be at the workplace. And you may begin to get threats saying, we are going to rape you if you do not step down from that position. So it is very, very critical that we understand how this is a part of digital violence. Another one is something we call doxing. Doxing. What is doxing? Sharing the private information of somebody, such as their private addresses online. Their private addresses, I'm sure many of us would not want our home address to be public knowledge. Everybody knows where to find you at home. Or sharing phone numbers online. Because of our time, another one I will touch on is identity theft. That's creating fake accounts online, creating fake accounts with a person's picture and the person doesn't even know, and sending friend requests to multiple people, using that to hack people's accounts and also even scamming them, getting money from them. And probably the last one I will touch on, of course, will be financial technology abuse or digital abuse, where a person's financial bank information becomes public knowledge. It is hacked, and of course they lose their money, but not only that, they even lose control over their accounts. Now, I've touched on a number of things. How can we protect ourselves? How can women and children protect themselves? What are the basic things that people are able to do? One is, and this one is going to be an offline thing, do not share your addresses online. You may wonder, of course, I'm not going to share my address online, but sometimes we share our addresses without knowing. I see many young ladies doing get ready with me, in the morning, videoing themselves as they are getting ready. They will video how they went to take their bath. They video how they dressed up. They video the front of their house. They video the streets. They will even video the road they pass to work every single day. After a while, people know when you leave the house. They know the streets. They know the house number because you have already videoed it. And they know when you come back. It is so easy to attack a woman like that because all the information that is needed for that attack is already up online. Also, for women with children, and this is specifically for children, do not put pictures with the school uniform of your children online. It is so easy to know what school your children go to with that. Also, it is very dangerous to also post the name of the school. Sometimes a lot of people do this for content creation. But honestly, do we want to make content or do we want to be safe? That's the question I will leave with us. Another thing I'm going to touch on because of my time, I see my time is running out, is to understand that we must come into having the information around password protection. Many times we use the same password for everything, the same password for emails, the same password for social media. Even sometimes we use the same password for our bank. We need to find a way to use different passwords. Do not use passwords that are so familiar. You use your birthday as password. You use the name of your child as password. It is so easy to hack. Very, very easy. So these are things that we should probably pay some attention to. Another one that I'm going to mention, which I mentioned before, do not store intimate, in fact, do not take intimate photographs. Let me just put it that way. Don't take any intimate photographs. Store sensitive information on Google Cloud and think that, oh, nobody is going to know. Nobody will ever have access to it. It is very possible for people to have access to that. Another one is using public Wi-Fi. Many times we are always fast to tap into any free Wi-Fi that we see, without knowing that sometimes this public Wi-Fi is designed in a way that it can steal sensitive information, which can be used against that person, and that person can become a victim. So it is very good that we are sensitive of this and we are careful when looking into this. This goes without saying, but I must still say it. Do not tag your current location when putting up information online. Putting up your current information is so dangerous. Going live and doing live videos that are completely unnecessary is not safe. And I'm speaking specifically now to women, of course, who would also be in charge of children. Say, well, now we are attending inter-house in the school. I mean, the place is not safe. We don't know who can use that information, and pulling that online and then using that to, harm people offline or harm women offline. Do not post pictures of your cars or the pictures of your number plates in a way that it is so visible someone can trace your car or trace, use that number plate to trace how to meet with you. So I think that's also something that we should also pay attention to. And the last one I would say is, sometimes, we see our phones heating up. Our phones are hot and we just feel, ogbono, let's put it on something cold. Maybe it will get cold. It's probably a sign that there is some stalkerware. Someone is trying to hack your phone. Or you see that your battery is draining so fast. It is also another sign. Please, someone is trying to hack your phone. So as much as possible, update your phones regularly. Many times we see updates on phones. Sometimes we just push it aside. It's good to update so that at least our phones are protected as much as possible at each point in time. Same for our social media. I will begin to conclude by just giving a few words. Not everything we do in life needs to be online. Everything that has to do with our lives, especially when it comes to our daily routine, I think we can keep some of those information private, especially when it comes to women and children. For our wonderful men in the room, our daddies, our uncles, our husbands, please help keep women around us safe. It's very important. Especially, when you see, sometimes I see some of these women posting some of these things. Please, if there is a time to caution, please let us caution. If there's a time if we are also doing it, please let us understand the dangers in this so that we know how to protect ourselves. I would wrap this session up by saying, keeping safe is our responsibility. I know that there's the law there, but honestly, before the law gets to work, it is possible that some harm might have been committed. Keeping safe is our responsibility. And I hope that with these few minutes that I have spoken and the few things I have touched on, we will come together, unite, as the theme says today, to continue to keep ourselves, women and children, safe in Oyo State from digital violence. Thank you so much for listening.
A round of applause presenter, Mrs. Wuraola. Say a keynote.
Chairperson. And our executives, I want to encourage them to keep it all.
For us. And with this, I say congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, While we invite the chair and running the song together with all the way for and before the advice, please encourage us to have a question and answer. And so I want us to start taking our groups, right? Questions. Any question that I have to take, we will take it. After Williams. Thank you very much. All protocol of that, and I appreciate all our for invite. But I was told when one of the president, I was talking about that, I said, women, 80 of the people of violence against women. And I have said this before, several opportunities like this, that women should not defend male people. No matter how possible the world is, no matter how sweet. It's like we are saying they are okay, no matter how you follow it. I know it's a law, defend it, yes, but please, let's see how the people will answer the questions we have created for themselves. This one, prior to my coming here, 2 cases. A young girl, 19, sexually assaulted, harassed by a male in the community who And she cried out. And as I was started to take the phone, I went there and I made the evaluation. And I asked what happened. In a reason, of course, there was no actual harassment. But then I told him, please, if you have intended and it did not work, this is a warning. Don't try it again. Only for me to come back to my office around Monday there. A child I grew up who got married, having a baby in the hand, called me, my husband got drunk and beat up my family. And I said, why? And he was drunk. Yeah, that I should come to the police station and pick up police. So I went to pick up police. And I saw the victim of the survivor. And I asked, what did he do? But she narrated the story after sitting on her home, and this man just came out eating. I told him, I said, you don't need it. He said, yeah. I didn't come for you. I came for the survivor, this woman. That your wife married through my place or not speak to anything. You should not touch women in your state. That is why I'm there. And I made sure that I requested that he must enter said, please, be there. Because the lady was saying, she should have just begged me. Beyond begging, I support the implementation of the violence against person. And that law says, no, particularly a woman. And you are going to go, I will support the people that will security. So the police officers begged, and I said, okay, I will not request that I give it to the CID. However, he must be detained. And the wife did, also your husband. I think that's very well. And I'm making request, you must pay damages for the injury. Next time, you go to give damages to him, you remember what he did. And that is the position of some of us. But when it comes to digital violence, it's beyond what you can see. It's beyond what you understand. That a woman took a living and already to a lover, still anything wrong. She's in love. She's expressing herself. For me, if she does that, I understand the hope from that man to know that it is trust. And you must uphold that trust. Don't share. Take it off immediately. And tell the person to take it off. See what to do. Many people have called to report such cases. And our response is really to come up with this presentation remedy that I want to talk about. How? What do we need to do to ensure that the digital space is not utilized for perpetration of harm against women and girls, but it is used to prevent. So with that, I want to say that in Nigeria, particularly in your state, the higher internet rate, the way I think people use internet is high. You go to the rural communities, they are using the internet. You go to urban communities, they are using it. Educated using, not educated, they are using it. But then you check to see the usage, you see that it's for obscenity. Things that don't please people. However, be that as it is, it's a leverage for my response in your state. Most of the critical cases that we have responded to, in order that get us success from the social media. Without social media, we would never have known about such cases. A case of a girl sexually assaulted and by several men, etc. And they landed in the radio house. You know the story, if you are following. And before we knew it, it was social media. It was social media we don't know. And so in response, we requested bring this life. Everybody is carrying this life. They only got one apology. Who confessed to Christ. Who agreed. And I requested from God that that's the one that we are able to find. He said, it's not to face the law, but my understanding about this law is going to God. Then he gets the report. Come today, come tomorrow, come this tomorrow. our survivors and time. Aliyah, if Madam Collins is here, Madam Collins will reconcile herself with Aliyah. Peter responded to that case only years back. Now, Aliyah is almost 80. Aliyah was 7 when that happened. Aliyah was defied by her own father. Father was arrested, father was sent to jail. Now Aliyah is trying to get her family members. Every day Aliyah asked me, I thought this one is because of the family member. But the deed has been done. The way and manner she was removed from the family and brought out as made her alien the family. Who marries Aliyah now? That remembering that story. That is the damage of social media. Sometimes, all of these cases should not appear. But when it's done, it gives us an opportunity to know so that nobody can kill them as a result of the high need of internet trend. The girl that was designed by her father got pregnant at 18. This is the case. For a few months back, I had an opportunity to talk with her. We took her to use it. I think he's in the use it. Baby is in the release machine. Not the correct machine. Yes, baby is still there. Family never showed up. I had to run to the ministry and make the man demonstrate. Some of us responded as a civil society organization. We are perpetrators. Because the person who responded only responded because they wanted the baby, not the well-being of the young girl. But I am glad they successfully put it on social media because they want to want it. The way it's there, still in this way, you want to pay this way. Use of internet. Again, we have rising cases of cyberbullying, online exploitation, misinformation as a result of the AI. Don't people know which one is doing anymore? They will tell you why it's not worrying until the man realizes they will tell you this. You will see a video of somebody saying, my name is John, I am this. It's not me. Video of the man having sex in his face and everything. The man is somewhere else, so that of that act of competitive on his behalf. And you know, when it comes for, and they call me as the chairman of the response team, I keep asking critical questions. And I'm an investigator. I do forensics. And when I ask questions like where, and I hear social media, give me the link. So what is the link? Okay, give me the source. What is law? People don't know. We must check for those things to establish. And we make sure that we let people do not transmit. We transmit, you will be part of the crime, we will establish the crime. So we have this right case coming up every other day. Again, although Ministry of Women Affairs, in the way of Akinele Saka, I don't know how many of us remember the Akinele Saka. When they were giving young girls, they would claim they were with them. Surprisingly, they never different sin. It happened somewhere, they brought very close to the house and told them and they said, it happened there. How did you that was what we have to say we have a strategy to close it down and we said, establish it. At the end of the day, we will be our first contact was Akinele. We went straight there, asking questions. Then they would ask questions. But because that act was caught. And when it was caught, I asked question where was he caught? He described close to a door. Beautiful. Asking more questions as to how the crime was done. He gave a narration that happened to be a young lady. There is none on us. This is not a young lady. I don't read it. So we decided to close that. How do we close that? Any perpetration or any act of criminality that happens that we see on the channel and they ascribe it to a young lady, we go to the validate. Spending money on the internet to understand something. We realize number one, we will say every government. The other part of everything, they don't see. And so what do we do? Every case we see, once they push it up, and it comes to the government office, it goes to the assembly, goes to the commissioner, they push it to me. We go after that case, we go after the NGOs mentioned behind it. Wherever they are in Nigeria, we go after them, asking the source, only to discover that it never happened in Oyo. One NGO came from Lagos that they came to investigate the case in Oyo. We got them arrested Ebola here. Myself, Honorable Commissioner, and all the directors. Even I had the authority, I really got to come to Ebola again, and I met them there, surprisingly, the police officer, but the Honorable Commissioner could let them do. But they must never try again. That was them. We never had it again. We have need for stronger digital safety education and infrastructure. Of course, it is very lacking. All the several points we have, business centers, activity centers, etc. All they say, when it is not exam, go see what the children do. See how they express that opportunity and use it anything. For these things are there. They are infrastructure that people are used for beautiful people, but exploited and used for anything. So, on your side, a robust platform for digital marketing, digital abuse, no happen. Is there? How can we ensure it does not happen? These threats create a problem for our young people. A young girl was told on Facebook to come to challenge, they are getting hard to live for better life. We use police officers of the who chase him on Facebook to come. We want to hand that girl to him. He didn't know they were police officers. He was arrested. I don't know. Where was this girl? TSC. Young girl. Tell to grow up in another family. Popular family, but everybody do that. Most people do that. But at the point of arrest, you not go to this place and show us your information of the child. Because it's kind of got but we used to go to that to hold him accountable. And he was to put away the petition. He came from Jakarta. For me, these are problems. And those who are carrying away, we'll talk about solution. What about human trafficking? How they do how they use radios, whatever, to move them. What about financial scam? These are issues that borders down on women because they know that the average woman is vulnerable and so they want to take advantage of that. We have always said, if you cannot help a woman because exploited, leave them alone. Send them home. Now, how can we use digital space to support protection? Number one, we must exploit that opportunity of digital space to do real-time reporting. Let's report cases. Surprisingly, the ILO has established a real-time report channel. And I am one of the bargaining persons in Nigeria for factors. And it is meant to take cases and we respond immediately to those cases. Without that digital platform, how can we report that? We have also gone to the step forward to see how that you can have a digital opportunity. I need to explain it. Number one, a crime is committed. Violence against child is a thing for you. That is the capability to forward information. The Federal Ministry for Human Affairs. Then to the Federal Nigerian Police Force, headquarters. Then to the State Ministry for Human Affairs. Then to the State Police Command where it happened. Then to the best officer. Then to the community leader. All of this will be programmed to the system. Once the Ministry of Human Affairs right on the name of something, this is the name of another specifier. The officer and the social worker goes to the community of the man, whether they establish, does this man have children? If yes, how old are they? Does he have a wife? If yes, what is her means of livelihood? When we establish that, it is brought back to the ministry and upon that platform. All these channels I talked about, they see it and finish. It was from justice ministry. Now, when it comes to court hearing or court session, the issue of my Lord, this man has children, who will take care of them, the wife is not whatever, the social worker stands up and say, my Lord. We have known that he has children. The first one is family, second one is third one is this. The wife has this work that he's doing. My Lord, this man was incarcerated and they brought him before you. We have supported her with exercise the amount of money to do business. So the woman is able. This, my Lord, let this man ask for the client that committed. Not for the opportunity. No, I say. But what we find in us, we are restless. The digital space does not have that robust platform right now. And so the man is incarcerated at that point. He's cheap. He's also perforated by a mechanic. And we come to arrest the mechanic who perforated the children of the suspect that already going to trial. We arrest this mechanic. Mechanic has children of similar age. Now we took it, we didn't mind, we put it in custody. Another person from the first application this one. Myself and the school defense and the human trafficking and I wish you see that she was in that other I called him and said, no, I will get it like that. Finally, the background was suspected. Not to not if to tell somebody who has to play today. It was a lawyer who told me and the law really 10 years back, where they were 20 years ago. He told me, I don't care what happened to the student. And I stood up and I said, no, man. Okay. What happened to the student in the orphanage? And also what happened to the student by the I do not want that to happen. There's a way now. That man went to jail. One day I was in my office. Good morning, sir. I have come. I don't have God to feed my children. Come and give me. What is that I see? What do you tell me? But I stand up in his strength, in his front. Take up my hand. We need to exercise. That I come and tell you what the crime is around. For peace, for other guys, or that. Take up. If you need to learn for fun. Whatever I had, I was able to keep. Now we must look at these activities holistically. Even as lawyers, sometimes when I get to young and the police will say, let us look for a way to help the pregnant here. Also, don't be here, let them go to court because they will say that let them know. Let them go to court. All right. How to ensure that our children are safe? Awareness campaign, just like this you are doing, among lawyers, among relevant stakeholders, critical stakeholders. All of these could be social media. Before we have social media track, where all of us facing any that other than children as victims or as suspects or as victims on social media. And the people talk about it towards us. I can guarantee no child, no female girl, whatever, we go into the ball and come out fine. Please don't do that. Don't if we want more than 10 days in jail. Justice for us, because of what we are saying over the 30 years, is when the provider loses God. Fine, they forgive the bad. My devotion is what we preach. When it has happened, you have to verify. So, regardless of the psychology that we engage with students, to bring them back, when you see man, then you are free, you are free. I manage to feel like I enjoy you. But somebody can make her is free. And we repair it must not happen. All right. It must not happen. Preventing and cross by our police strength. Encourage people to have safe, positive habits. Safe, personality. Because of my understanding about cybercrime, and fear of UNOPC, we can play. Do not get involved or share anything, but play. Never the government side, in the UK somewhere. But of people, we never involved. Because your phone, those of you iPhone, I pray we know what that phone is. Everything you put there is kept somewhere. If your enemy has higher pay, they will go and pay them in FBI. They will fish it out. They will give it to the enemy. And they will use it against you. Please spend as much as possible to keep it there. Not even in the class. If you give anything in the class, you will pay there. Move the party there. On the other side, no. Community reports of harmful activities. We have seen how using the digital space will report cases ahead of, and it's still helping us. It just got to know, real-time response. We don't wait until personally I go there. No. Once I see it, I send it to the next person, go to that area. When they respond and there is a need for support, we support this guy to push for and they find and get answers to this response. But if it is not area, I will know how to do that. Go with their husband, go with their wife, how to do. You know, training women and children on recognizing suspicious online behavior. Please, what is this suspicious online behavior? Good morning. My name is John. How are you today? That is work. Please never answer such question. Just delete the chat, block the number. Anybody who knows you and are interested in you and they want to do something meaningful with you, they will search you out and say, good morning, John. My name is Tinubu. I am this. We met at such a place and we talk. Say, please call me. Every other day I see competition for because my number is not there. Some we call for organ transplant, some we call for adoption of babies. So many calls, but there's nothing. When your hands are clean, they are clean. Keep it clean. And so we always ask that any call from the social media, please spend as much as you can. It's allowed. Don't engage. Your business will never pass you by. Then increasing use of verified local headlines, like the RRT headline. Let us know. There was a time they posted something on UNODC and a job employment that you want to pay somebody else for the amount of dollars, blah, 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 blah. But because I have access, immediately my brother's friend came and said, sir, please, how do I apply? I look at it and it's free. He said, how do you know? I said, look at the logo. That's how the UN logo, working program, don't use that logo. Then look at the content, you don't talk like this. They send emails, but they don't talk, this is not doing. Not too long from that day, and that is what me. There's a job opportunity. I want to apply, never have people done. That's for people, for the staff, for me. How do you know? There are ways to know. All I can do training, bring experts, distance, to talk about how to understand and verify these digital states so that we can use them to our own benefit. As I begin to talk about it, now, as a reporting platform, and that reporting platform is holistic, it's robust. And you go there, it goes in there. And I do information, and now I'm working on the back end also. You see my hand, I decided to security architect of protecting women and death. Why do I protect women and death? My past. What is my past about? I do not see my father beat mercilessly women, particularly my mom. Get beating, she left. Every other woman she marries me. Until now I don't no longer do anything. And one year, who is also like my age. I also say responsibly have a digital platform, WhatsApp, which asks for WhatsApp to respond to you. Then we need to encourage parental control on digital use. For your child to enter the digital space is good. Please don't stop there. But censor it. Your friends are using the digital space, censor them. Correct that if you are doing. This is what happened to John. All of what happened to Stephen. Stephen before that. All right. I got to Abuja. I got was one of the big hospitals there. He called me. See, our doctor is getting in charge. I look at it and say, no, this is crash. There was no sign of social crash, I said that. Many months later, I was with Yahweh, I didn't know I wanted to stop this. With Yahweh, I never Johnson. And then I thought about watched him. Stand up, open that door, and that person came. They were talking. This is calm. This is calm. I wanted to take my phone, call the police, call me more. That God will know that the office is also better crash. When it came out in the open, I thought my brother, that's your dollar thing. I had a no, why is that? Because I thought we lost thousands of dollars. All the staff that was wanting to what you know. But yes, when you go business, you don't have to. It's like, what do all state decisions stand as a state holder, as a body bearer in this matter of digital space for protection of protecting women and girls? What are they supposed to do? They are supposed to have that platform for your people or who are in this individual. If you have a digital platform where it is a related information, not the government, where they tell people the correct crime, the whatever correct, how to protect, how to prevent, because it is the prevention that we see. Then we need to support the rapid response team with tech support. Then we create more awareness campaigns for rural communities. We integrate digital reporting into schools and clinics. A young girl went to the clinic to ask for abortion. In the course of asking for abortion, she was wearing the school uniform. So the nurse, who is the wife of the principal of that school, called her husband. That's how we got to know. And she dropped it on our street, and the operator was arrested. Who is family of the one we are dealing with now, the secretary is aware. Stepfather as a grand stepfather. Grand stepfather favorized grandfather. Don't we? Let's encourage community digital work groups. Let's educate parents on monitoring children's online activity. And by the grace of God, state leaders, the church, the mosque, whatever, they have a digital role to play. As I close up, I can talk about success stories for the few that were responded to. I can talk about them. But I engage it because of the need all I need. This guy. And this guy said, I was going to deal with you because you're there. And he got the opportunity. And we came after him. That's one. But the girl got good money out of it. And he got everything he did. Now, he didn't get anything off because they said, we moved it. And we validated, go panic. And we made sure no officer, not a penny. That is brilliant. With our response, it's not, I can't go on and go here. What I know is when people to have say, so we don't get that, this very thing, then they give us, I can give you some, don't give us one, don't give you for the ministry is sending it. We want to have we're not doing this for the good. No, from the good life. No. We are doing this because we believe that the only thing to ensure that we have a safer Nigeria and a safer community is to prevent it. Hopefully, God will also help us to learn us leveraging on the digital space to promote what the RRT is doing. Because each time we go, it's not me, not my name, say, and you have to be man today. Thank you very much. As I say this, protecting women and children requires continuous digital education. Thank you very much. I don't want to take more than your time. I like it. Round of applause for the students of the RRT director for the GDP. Thank you so much. It is said that knowledge is indeed power. You don't know You don't go after knowledge, because you grow and grow in that. I'm pretty sure a lot of us are very able to what how we can digital violence. There's plenty of violence everywhere. Primary frustration. Earlier, I mentioned that we should try and take notes, try and take automatically and take questions. The administrative Q&A. Maybe we'll take about 5 questions, but I need to spread it from 3. Just so it's 3. So the men folk, women 2, men 1, right? Okay, fine. So 3 should be 2. Sorry. Okay, so okay, 2 or 5. Okay, 5. So take 3 women, 2. So let's start with the women first. So I don't know if you have anyone here who has a question. Pastor Marcos, let me to ask the question. Thank you. So women, we need anyone who has a question, or we dedicate everything to them. I'm sure women have a question. Sorry, very quickly, I want to recognize Mrs. Adebisi. She walks in the course of the program. Very much welcome. Thank you. So please, what to take our question 1, 5, 10 minutes to take care of this. Women for 3, women 3. All right, please, require respect for the introduction of.
Thank you for your message. I got a lot from it. So my question is directly from Mr. Pastor Marcos. This particular, what would I call it? Is it radio business or only your answers? I've never had an encounter with him. I don't make him. But who is this man? What is he doing? Because most times when I see this is if I been mostly that spread by social media, it irritates me a lot that why is he doing these things are not things that are supposed to be brought on the head. They are not most of the things are not things that are supposed to be known entertained. They are personal and private matters for the entertainment. And then what is in Oyo State? It's not this Oyo State government space. And it is supposed to do what is doing. Is it what a justice system or what? What is it doing? Thank you very much, sir.
We take all questions. All right.
Although I hate it, I have part of the work. All of the my first time, all the happening, all, but I'm really, see the complication of the stars that are made by this kind of violence are not difficult for the average person for their deep and last sometimes for a lifetime. Indeed, they can even pass on to whatever. My question to you, sir, is that do we have, I'm going to come back to the question that she asked, because I have 2 questions. She mentioned the first part. Okay, let me start from there. We have industry players who are responsible for that. How does all I intend hold account? She mentioned one part. We have issues where children are shown
they're facing, even with their trauma, wanted to grow. We have social media platforms who also have a duty to create the kind of things that are shown on their platform. Even when it's happening real time, they have a duty to put in everything in place where they can actually flag probably something like a radio that's being shown real time. Exactly. Within seconds of it, we should take it off that. So how does online affect own this account and also for your people? Then my second question is not about reporting change all the way from home. What about the victim? Because this is where the problem lies. Many times, this kind of violence change. Okay? So people don't want to be out there, they don't want to be seen. People father later, going to want to come up. So do we have reporting mechanism that are private, that people can go in confidence and then finally what about counseling, psychology? Thank you.
Let me finish. Now, question, right? That is a question. Just a moment. Let me also. All right, so I'm going to respond to you who is. I'm not going to pick up. Just to respond by the industry. I'm going to by the person who I I will ask government to ask to try. All right. Yes. Oh, okay. Now, for the first question, who is he? Was the question I had to ask many years back. And I got to know who they are. I think I will answer for this. All right? Today, I'm not just one. All the way from Abuja, we have the living. And you know that man? Ordinary president. I'm a visa. He was with that me, he slapped him and then he sanitized him. Some others were doing it in the back until they got a corpse in their hand. Yeah. They will rubbish police in the state because the fly that enters the house is responding to the corpse. There is a corpse giving them the devil up there. So what we realize, this book that you're asking for happens to be one of them. And so when that situation happens, you slow down. They want to take care of God. This book became bold and power. Take children, put them online, and you try to intervene. Is that person for your people is here? You try to intervene because you are going to get from our own ministry. I provide the ministry. I don't want to mention this. Yes, don't worry. We will talk to him about it. I went and painted. No, this. No, I've done this before. When another started using some private, if you know where I went, myself and three other directors, I went to him personally, and they said they were going to correct it. Then I went to the Nigerian Broadcasting. No, thank you. Nigerian Broadcasting, that's something. They asked me to give them the program, I gave them the people. That was what I applied. What was the story? I don't have the time. I don't have the time. A woman said that her husband is feeding the baby of 3 months with spam. They put it on radio, put it on media. The public secretary called me, I got scared. The woman recorded it. Don't fear women, do this man. You don't fear women, you don't say anything for the the woman is going to record this thing and gave it to the ministry. But because of my training, I can't tell a lie. There's everything. Please show it to me. I kept looking for. Where And if Felix was come out from the bank, because friend can enter the man, at what point policy Felix come out? No. Obviously, I said, but the laugh. But that day back from work, I just like that, the one man put child there and then put video. After all the talk, one second, he's getting his son come out and tell the man of the child. He said, no, let's play together. We play together. Then I said, bring the woman. He brought the woman. Madam, she said, yes, where is the video? And he said, but me, that lady, the husband is not aware. And they said, which one arrested? I said, no. And I want it. And the man does not give you money. This is every day. And then he said, my mother should not come to the house. It's true. Don't have enough money. There and then, I went to the equation, gave them to the ministry. If you don't mention for me, let's see. Thank God. So, madam, what do you want the man to do? Hey, she should give me more money. Is that the problem? I need to breastfeed say yes. What farm do you see? Describe. Don't children give breastfeed there? And she said, it was later before I was breastfeed. That radio station has already put it online. That's all. So that was why I mostly college to go to the everything. And we reported it. They are functional there. They are not now. When you get to get, they push. We have series of this. Madam, what was the question? That's the answer to who are they? They are with us. They are our people. They are protected. They are entered into the security architecture of your state. Their friend used to be the former commissioner of police retired. Only when he was this soon, accommodated and he became sick. He made it that. That is the officer. They are still here. Go to some of the offices and you see them in the police. You're not there now. Madam, I come to your question. One thing that we must know is that this level of affectators can go to ordinary person. Some of them are specialists in the kind. What they use is our information. That is why I never tell you how I discover my crime that we are investigating. How? Tell us how. That's what I tell you. Is to confess. So whenever they have that this they call me. When I look at justice, I'm not sure that it's so. Because of the training. So I will put it this way. For your sake, ask the responsibility. But you see, those who argue, those who they argue, you see them. All advocate one, advocate two, third one, right? You be shocked. Not just to LDC, 10 instances. Then some of those things push it. I can tell you, you will never hear again about it. Now it's looking for okay, you want to handle that. But we don't do that because it's really heavy. It's heavy. Nobody is expecting to pattern and on Facebook. No, it's not. You will never see on Facebook talk about this. Don't do for God. It's a little bit
Thank you very much. We still have an outstanding video question. Okay, ask. Or we should all be very today. Okay, men will take that. Do we have anybody that have who has a question? Yeah.
I'm being for question is this year I made 3 financial mistakes. What are my financial mistakes? April, I was starting with the girl and said homecoming, money for homecoming. So I said 10,000 naira to her. And she got June. I made another online. Homecoming, I sing money. Yes. So now, if I let you go, what will happen?
Yeah. The girlfriend.
But in my small understanding, sir, or whoever, can't you give a woman 50,000 naira without asking her to come to your house? May God deliver us from poverty.
The God deliver women too from poverty. You know what, father? So she no get family. Why they ask your boyfriend for money?
Don't make they know what is this money for? Organic humanity. Supplement. By 9 p.m., this don't get dressed as any supplement. With tight clothing. I said to myself, this is not supplement, it is supplementary. So I saw the very one 9 days. What are you doing? I didn't go to school. I can let you go to school. I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do that, and you know, I said, come and see me at the office. I did yes. Without asking me why or what will happen. Now, the young girl are just like this is thing. So she want to play school fees, blah blah blah. Guess how much I get? Guess how much? Huh? I get 100,000. Yeah. What should I do? Oh. There is something for me that I give you the company I want to speak. Please do not go to that place again. When you haven't been, call me. I give up. Now, guess what? 2 days later, as usual, I went to the BBC. I tapped my brother. He said, my brother said, let's come and face and we come and pray. The moment she called and her eyes met, but in my head, maybe you think that there was something in there. Not all men are devils. Some of us live by ourselves. Homecoming or no homecoming, that's the beginning of problem. This person you are able to do homecoming might be a problem. HIV, hepatitis B. Please, all coming request us. Please, us. Please. Because thank you very much.
Amen.
Thank you so much. So we just close that session. Please we have just one more. Okay, so we just close the question of Q&A. So a lot has been said. Okay.
Thank you very we have they all said, they all say, so when we call on any one of us to help our society and lead our positive messages, to continue to advocate against all forms of violence and digital violence.
Thank you so much. As I
said, a lot has been said. The message of the day should not be lost on us. We all have a responsibility, a collective responsibility on each and every one of us to ensure that the place of violence to women, children, even men, and must do our part. We all must do our part. And God will grant us the means to be able to do that. We're going to withdraw one of our programs now, one of the items of our program, which is the signing of a commitment banner. That's how you do photographs. Very well. So I understand you should take good photographs first. All right. I'm told that we're going to do the commitment, signing of the commitment banner. Now, what we're required to do that, we are all expected to come forward and look for portion of this banner to sign our respective name. So we're just going to coordinate first. The reason why we're going to do that now is so that when the group photographs are taking care of that. So what we'll do is when we start this road course, maybe just the name and the signature. We all expect just sign the portion, just sign the name. So you should be able to wrap that up in about 5 minutes or thereabouts. So we just have to make it very well. Just come for that our fight. I think about really important. It is not for everyone involved, everyone wearing these rules. So for many people as possible, we are trying.
So maybe the reason why we are doing this is so that they are not just content talk, listen, but they are here to also show our commitment, take away, to go home, all the things they are saying. So please encourage everyone who are content talk, please, feel your commitment, not showing that together today, we united and physical violence against women and children. So please, let's start the conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. I want to thank us all for indicating and demonstrating our commitment to ending violence against women, gender violence against women, against children, even against men. Thank you so very much. We're going to quickly move to the taking of photographs. The members and executive of Ola invited press invited. Is it everyone? Okay, fine. Okay, I'm told that all the members, the executive members first of Ola, to please join the president. The executive to join the fine. Executive members of Ola. Join the coordinator. Let's do that very quickly. Programs already. Okay. Okay, yeah. Please, the president of the all invited, we want to have this session very. Please, let's do that. Guys, Mr. Professor Award, and we thank you for coming to all because please, we are all invited. Thank you so much. Sorry for the trouble.
We've got to see. Oh Lord, what a blessing. Say it now.
All motivators, all chairmen of associations, from medical association, from GBP, GBP, and so on and so forth. All the NMA, NUG, PPN. Yeah. All right. NBA. Last one.
of what is meant in the house. You want this to demonstrate your sincere commitment. The men in the house. The men in the house, please, you are required to demonstrate in this section, photo section. Men in the house, please, just very quickly. Please, what we are encouraging our president and guests to take around the meeting. We are all done with this session. We still have one or two things to share. Please. Thank you so much for the time. Inviting Dr. Abiola to speak to the board of Holland. Thank you very much. We are so appreciative of everyone here present, especially
Members, the honorable members on the bench, thank you so much. Please, can you get a round of applause? Thank you so much. Thank you each and every one of you. You don't have these days demanding your work with. Yes, it's the time. If you don't really come, I can you get a round of applause? You appreciate the worship. Thank you so much. Those appreciate all of organization, there, all the stakeholders, the good soldiers on the field, fighting for the rights of women and children in Nigeria, in the Lord State in particular, and the state of Ibadan. We are doing a very nice job. But thank God we have a God that should provide, and it's a good water. We don't let our very government for trouble. Thank you for all your work, for your service, your sacrifice, but thank you for partnering with Allah. Thank you for being a wonderful stakeholder and collaborator at wonderful application. Thank you for coming together and sharing it. I think that the partnership move by one everybody there. Thank you so much. Everybody, God bless all of us. Thank you so much. We pray that each and every time we call you together, when you give yourself and you meet together, God bless you. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. God bless.
The round of applause so far. We are come to the end of today's program. Concern we have high refreshment after now. We just stay on our seat. We cannot stay this program without giving appreciation again for inviting one of our own speaker. Kindly come forward. It was the closing prayer. Let's do that.
Let's all recite the last verse of the Gospel. Grant our request. Help us to the election. In order they want and so it
So much. Again, I want to say thank you. Thank all our guests, especially. Thank all those who are taking time out of their day to be here with us, particularly our members of the bench who have taken the time to be here for about 5 hours. I want to say a special thank you to everyone. Thank members of the press. Thank you for your time. Thank you for seeing members of the press again, our lawyers who are here also. The prayer that again as we return to our respective destination, we will return from. We convert the continued support for Allah and say that Allah will reach later. Thank you so very much. Have a very nice day. Bye-bye. Let's just say attendance to the mic. Thank you.
Why?
Oh,